What up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, a.k.a. Big J. Anthony, and welcome back to yet another episode of Massive Action Mindset. This week, I got a treat for you. I got my boy sitting here, DeJean Talks, and we're going to have a fire conversation about mindset, about motivation, about going out here and becoming the best possible version of yourself. Man, the talk that we had before this show started on politics, we're not going to get into that, and other things was just mind-blowing. This dude right here is a wealth of information, and I am just so happy and privileged that you came onto the show, man. I want to say thank you very much.
No, thank you for the opportunity.
You know, been a big fan. I see what you're doing out there. I see how you're inspiring the youth. And you're going out here taking this message so it can eventually go internationally, global, so people can understand that, hey, you know what, when it comes to, it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters where you're going as long as your mindset has changed.
Correct.
All right? Get it. Family, this is for you. I want to make sure that if you're on Facebook, make sure you like, share, start a watch party. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, click the bell so you know that when we upload our new information, and you guys can just lead people to the show, to the information, and to the individuals that we have on the show. With that being said, I want to introduce my boy, DeJean. He's going to let you know where he came from, how all of this started from him, and we can go from there.
Hey, what's going on, world? This is your guy, DeJean Talks. You guys already know who I am. I'm your favorite motivational speaker, life coach, and prison reform advocate. I guess to really iron out where all of this comes from, you have to learn a little bit more about my background. So I am a Haitian refugee. I actually came here on a boat when I was just 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually came here on a boat running from political warfare. So I know a lot about political warfare. And then I spent 3 days on the ocean. And then I actually spent some time in prison in Cuba at 6.5. I spent some time in prison in Cuba. And I spent about 30 days there. And I was supposed to be sent back to Haiti for execution. Yeah, 6.5 years old. Yeah, sent back to Haiti for execution. 250 Haitian migrants were sent back and executed. By God's grace and mercy, only 7 of us made it to the United States. Only 7 of us. So you guys already know what my favorite number is, right? 7. I'm the 7th child of 7 sisters. So I guess it all was lined up from God for it to be that way. My journey is not your traditional journey. I don't have that from poor rich rags and all of that good stuff. I just have the struggle. But the struggle is what really created who you see today and who you will see tomorrow, to be honest with you. I grew up in the heart of Miami. Growing up in the heart of Miami, when I grew up in Miami, was probably not the best place to grow up in the United States in the late 80s, early 90s. You know, the term Haitian was like a cancer in the United States. It was an AIDS, in a sense. By the time I was 13 years old, I was shot twice, stabbed twice at 13. By the time I was 15 years old, look at her face. By the time I was 15 years old, I was homeless, eating out of trash cans. To say where all of this comes from, it's just my story. What I do today is I'm just a big version of what the 12, 13-year-old version of me needed. I'm the solution to all the problems that I never had when I was a kid. So everything that I needed in my life growing up that was a lack, I become that solution base now for the upcoming society.
I feel you.
And that's really where the basis of everything that I do when I go out and speak at different events, whether it's at universities, conferences, whether I'm hosting or the keynote, there's a couple of things that I focus on. I focus on business because I believe financial economics is important for our people.
Yes.
So I'm heavily involved in business. I own a company called Blue Light Consulting Services, and we deal with startups, and we leverage technology and different things to help you scale at a rapid rate. And we'll get you to a Capital One, to a McDonald's, to a Burger King, whatever your vision is, we get you there. We create the strategy to get you there. But more so, I pull in people with my story because everybody can tie into somebody's story in life.
That's right.
We each have a story that's going to touch somebody else or inspire somebody else. We were speaking earlier about Les Brown. I grew up 3 blocks from where Les Brown was born. He was born in Liberty City, and he was the same kid everybody said he would never amount to nothing because he stutters. He didn't have the high IQ as a kid. He didn't look like he was going to excel. They said the same thing about Albert Einstein too. They said he was stupid, right?
Yep.
But what people speak into your life does not define you unless you make it your definition.
Exactly.
It's not a part of who you are. So today, as I went through all of these trials, growing up, everybody told me, man, you have a gift for gab. You have the gift for gab. But I used it for all the wrong things. To get girls. Don't be looking at me like that. I used it to get money.
Okay.
I used it to get over on people when I was younger. I used it to survive because I've been living on my own since I was 15 years old. So from 15 to now, whatever the streets made is what you see today with a lot of trial and error. My forehead is this big today because I bumped it a lot, right? So I bumped it a lot. So, the hair started running back like, you hit me too hard, right? Mm-hmm. I started on the poetry scene, started doing poetry, and then took that, and my life started evolving. Then I started writing a book because everybody said, man, your life story should be in a book. Mm-hmm. So I was encouraged to start writing a book, and people say, you know what? You need to share your story broader. Yeah. People kept motivating me. They saw more in me than I saw in myself. And sometimes you need a circle that sees the value in you when you can't even see it in yourself. Because there are days that are dark, but you need light to come from somewhere.
Exactly.
You need light to come from somewhere. So if I had to segue into anything, and that part is, be careful of the circle that you keep.
Oh, I was about to say something.
Yeah,
this is what I like to do, man. I've been telling everybody since I started this show. I'm going to get a nugget that says Massive Action Mindset Nugget. And when we hear something, I'm going to drop it.
Yeah.
This is the time you guys need to take notes. Because what DeJean just said, he just said the people you surround yourself is not the individuals who ultimately defines who you are. If they're bringing you down, you need to recognize that and surround yourself around people that's going to uplift you. You need to find that light that can want to bring out the best version of yourself. Mm-hmm. That's what you need to do as an individual. That's incumbent upon you. Nobody's going to do it for you. Mm-hmm. And how we stagnate ourselves is that we wait for rescue. We wait for rescue. We are our own rescue. But we just have to change our mindset. We have to recognize that we are the creators of what we want to be. If we want to be someone that walks around and not do anything and settles for what life dishes out at us, we can be that person. If we want to be the individual that takes what life dishes out to us, learn from it, create solutions, and be able to grow, we can excel from it, and the sky's the limit. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. In addition to what you said is, we have to understand how we've been conditioned, right? So we can take it back as far as modern Egypt when we were enslaved, right? Even after 400 years of slavery, when we were coming out and say, take me back to Egypt. It was easier in Egypt being a slave than coming out here and working. That's a mindset. They got used to having the bare minimum as slaves, but they settled for the bare minimum because they were accustomed to a system. After 400 years, you're set free.
Yeah.
But because you don't want to go through the process of actually breaking free. We don't ever want to go through that process of breaking free and getting where we want to get to. So now I say, you brought me out here to die? This work out here is too hard. This work's out here too hard. So whether you're working for the man, it's too hard. And when you're working for yourself, it's too hard. Take me back to the man and let me just, get the bare minimum, right? Then we got into modern day slavery, right? Modern day slavery, we complain again. Oh, I want to be set free. Then when we're set free, we get out here, it's too hard. Entrepreneurship is too hard. Surviving on your own too far. Then we get settled on things like Section 8. We get settled on things that were never created, but these are systems to keep you at a certain mindset, at a certain level in life that never excel your growth. It's never going to allow you to see your peak of condition. But I blame that on exposure. How many times are we exposed to things that's going to challenge us from where we stand today? When I grew up, this is one of the things that I always say when I'm speaking is the highest level of education on my block was the mechanic, the pimp, or the gangster. These were the three highest professions on my block. This is all I had to look up to. I never saw somebody in suits. I never saw no doctor or lawyer. If they were in my neighborhood, I didn't know they exist.
Yeah.
I never heard of an astronaut. I never heard of a Senate. I never heard of a governor. I didn't even have Publixes on my block or Walmarts. We had corner streets, corner stores, right? If my potential all my life is only seeing the highest level was the mechanic, how am I going to have any ambition to strive for more when I don't see more? Exactly. So exposure in conversations like this, especially in the age of technology, being able to be exposed to conversations like this, things that are not the norm from the barber shop conversations we have every day. Where did you see LeBron? Where did you see that girl? Conversations that are okay for entertainment but does not promote growth. Okay for entertainment, but does not promote growth. We need to have dialogues like this that's going to challenge us. We had a thing called Black Wall Street.
Yes, we did.
We had a thing called Black Wall Street, where over 40% of black households were business owners.
Yes.
That's a large number, over 40%. Now less than 5% of black homes are business owners. What happened? We have more technology. We have more advancements. We have more money. We have more opportunity, but we have less creation.
Listen. This is what I want to say to that. I just want to add this in here. There is no excuse for you to settle for mediocrity. Not in 2020. No excuse. You carry around in the palm of your hand, we just was talking about this, the ability to find an answer for whatever you want. You carry it around in your hand, but instead of using it to be on TikTok, making videos, or Instagram, twerking, and utilizing these social media for entertainment rather than education, you're not expanding yourself. You're not growing. You're staying stagnant. There is no excuse in 2020 to have a poverty mindset. Now, I understand, I was born in 1973. A lot of the things that I had to go and learn, I had to go literally to a book to find. I had to go to a library. We were talking about this earlier. We had to go to a library. We had to sit down. We had to read. We had to take notes. And then we had to hope that we were going to retain all the information that we had when we go back and take this test. Going through college in the 90s was the exact same thing. We had this big old thing called a library that we had to go into to write our papers, to do research, look up encyclopedias, taking those little I forget the name of the little cards, the microfiche cards. We had to look up news articles on. You guys probably don't even know about that now.
No, they don't.
So the whole thing is that now with what we have in our hand, there's no excuse to live in poverty. There's no excuse to be mediocre. If you're in that situation, that state, that's your own damn doing. I say this all the time. Les Brown has a saying. If you are where you are today because you made an appointment to be there, that means from the decisions that we've made in the past is the reason why we have the results that we currently have right now. And it's up to you to change it. It's up to you to change that mindset. But with that, we're going to end on that note. We're going to come back after commercial. I want to make sure you guys on Facebook, like, share, start a watch party. Make sure if you're on YouTube, subscribe, click the bell. And make sure you guys drop comments. Guys, we need to know that you are valuing the individuals that we're putting out here. Ask questions. Those questions that you ask, believe me, I will come back and I will answer those questions on the next show. Engage with us. Let us know that you're enjoying this information. And we'll be right back after this commercial.
When I was born, they told me I would never walk. By the time I was 6, I was raped. By the time I was 6 and a half, I was a Haitian refugee on the run for my life. I spent 3 days in prison in Cuba. By the time I was 7, I was a refugee in a country that I didn't even know. By age 13, I was stabbed twice, shot twice. By age 15, I was homeless, sleeping under bridges and eating out of trash cans. By age 27, I was facing 50 years in prison. Does this story sound like yours? Does this story sound like somebody that you may know? My name is DeJean Talks. I'm a motivational speaker, life coach, and host. I would love to be part of your next event.
What's up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. Hey, this is for you guys. It's out. Bulletproof Mindset. My first book. Listen, guys, this book I wrote when I was at a very low place and I was dealing with my demons of resentment, anger, frustration. I was going through a divorce. I'm unhappy at work. I was having financial issues to where it took me to a place to where, yes, I thought about making that ultimate sacrifice. However, I found out this lifestyle syntax, this 4-step process that I utilize to bring myself back in order to start putting myself in a better place, being more positive, and understanding that, like Les Brown said, that you're in a position today because of the decisions that you made in the past. I had to take ownership of it. The decisions that I made in the past is what led me to my financial problems. The decisions I made in the past is what led me to my divorce. The decisions I made in the past is what led me to my disgruntledness and my unhappiness at work. Those of you that are feeling stuck, I've been there.
Bulletproof Mindset will help you out. You guys can get it on Amazon. Type in Bulletproof Mindset, Big G Anthony. Get yourself a copy. And those of you that get it, when I have my book signing, bring it in and I will personally autograph it for you. Bulletproof Mindset. You guys want to find out how I changed my rap? Get the book. Remember, you got to change your mindset to change your situation. Peace.
Go to bulletproof.bigganthony.com, bulletproof.bigganthony.com.
What up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, a.k.a. Big G Anthony. Welcome back to Massive Action Mindset. Hey, listen, that first segment that we had talking to DeJean was just fire, man. He took us through where he came from. Man, being in jail at 6.5 years old, man, that's mind-blowing to me right now. That really is. But again, what all this comes down to is truly just look at the circumstances of what we're born into does not necessitate where we're going to be. That's up to us. We have to make that decision. And with that, we're going to get more into what DeJean does, his events, his motivational speaking, his company. We're going to have him just lay out going through becoming an entrepreneur, the mindset that you have to have, because you're going to have ups and downs in this life. But you got to understand that your mindset is ultimately going to have you persevere through and push through those obstacles and break through those barriers. So, man, what I'd like to do is for you to just to start off, you talked a little bit about your company. Let everybody know about your company, and we can move on into the motivational speaking and events that you host as well.
Okay, awesome. So I'm the proud owner of Blue Light Consulting Services, and Blue Light Consulting Services was created with the underserved community in mind in regards to business. When I mean underserved community, I mean our community in particular. Mm-hmm. I have a niche market, and that's us. I've found that we have the potential. We have the ability and an innovative mindset, but we don't have the techniques or the resources.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We don't have the techniques or the resources. So what Blue Light does is we leverage the same concepts, and I use things like business model canvas or design thinking methods. And for a lot of people that don't know what those are, the same thing that's being taught at Harvard, Yale, Princeton, MIT, those same major league schools, I bring them to you at your doorstep. I bring them to you and I teach you how to apply these same principles, these same 9 building block models towards any business that you're trying to create to make sure you maximize on your business. A lot of times, so you played football, I played basketball. Sometimes a good defense is just as good as an offense. Yes. A lot of us have offensive strategies for our business, but we don't have any defensive strategies to stop us from crashing or stop us if the market crashes. What do we do? If the customer doesn't come, how do we survive? We don't have good defensive tactics. So the very first thing I teach you is how to overcome the hurdles that's going to come that you don't even see yet. So I have to teach you how to be an overcomer in order for you to enjoy the blossoming. So a lot of people, when they're thinking about business, the first thing they think about, oh my God, I'm going to go from product to service. I got my consumer. All I need is the capital, and boom, I'm there. If only it was that easy in today's society. No more brick and mortar. The competition is scarce, right? So the landscape is very broad, but there's still room for everybody in the pot. So I teach you, okay, yes, the blossoming will come, the top of the rose will come, but there's still thorns on this rose. You have to overcome these thorns before your rose can blossom. So I teach you these strategies, I teach you how to implement, and then not just that, I walk you, I hold your hand all the way till you get to success. I don't let you go until you feel comfortable enough to run your business. So that's one of the biggest things that I really try to focus on right now is business creation. And another thing that I added to that component, I started doing a monthly workshop.
Okay.
So I do what's called the Entrepreneur Incubator. And if you think about an incubator, you think about a baby that is born but it lacks the nutrients, that lacks certain things for it to succeed in life. So they keep it in the hospital for a certain amount of time until it's ready to go out the hospital to survive. Yeah. Well, a lot of businesses in today's society, they're like a baby. The problem is they have the idea, but they don't have the resources. They have the idea, but they don't have the avenue. They have the idea, but they don't know how to house. So what I do is I bring them into a system that provides them speakers, that provide them content, that provides them resources, that provide them that secret sauce that they can apply day to day, right there and then, the moment they're in the building, so they can see change right there and then in their business. And we do that every first Thursday in the Broward County area. It's just called the Entrepreneur Incubator. You can find that anywhere, Instagram, Facebook, website, whatever. And it's made for you guys. It's made for you guys. We welcome you guys to come out. We feed you. We give you drinks. We have fun with you. It's an amazing networking event. So if you're looking to network and build your platform, definitely a place for you to go. So that's definitely the business side before I transition to the speaker side.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it because, I think a lot of people, I want to make sure I hit on this incubator a little bit because That's what a lot of these tech companies are doing.
Correct.
You know, that's where you have Uber came from. That's where you have PayPal that came from. All these big tech companies, they go into these little incubators where you go to San Francisco. I think you have some that are popping up over down here in Florida now.
Correct.
That you get around all these individuals that you know what, you may have a little piece, but you bring in this person right here that adds to that. You bring another person that adds to that. You guys start to build upon something, and you can finally sit here and get those venture capitalists, if that's the route you want to go, that come in and invest, that can help your business start to grow. So this is all about, again, going back to what we said before, the individuals that you surround yourself around. That's not only personally, that's also business as well. You want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself around individuals that are adding to the direction that you want to go, rather than taking away from it. Right. And what DeJean is speaking about, this is what I'm taking from, is that incubator is a way to network. If you want to network, it's a way to sit here and find out, get information on how to grow your business if you don't have the information, those missing pieces. And the thing is that you don't have anyone that will say, that's saying, I will hold your hand up until you're ready to go. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what coaching,
in a sense,
is all about. You know, coaching brings out the best part of you. That's why I don't understand why most people, when you hear people talk about, you know, life coaches, nutritional coaches, mindset coaches, oh, why am I going to pay somebody to teach me something that I should already know? Well, you know what? That's what these NBA players are doing. That's what these NFL players are doing.
Correct.
That's what these baseball players are doing. You know, that's what these Olympic athletes are doing. They're paying a coach that brings the best out of them, that holds them accountable when they don't want to be held accountable. They're feeling a certain way that brings out the best. But that was my little spiel, a tangent, going off on a little tangent. Let's get back into what we are here for. We're here about DeJean Talks. Let's get back into the motivational speaking, man.
In regards to motivational speaking, so there's a couple of different things that I do. And there's 3 levels to my motivational speaking. So one is a storyteller. That's really where my strength come in. I'm a phenomenal storyteller. Second is I speak at a lot of conferences. Whether you're having a conference, or no matter anything in regards to business, I speak at a lot of conferences. But thirdly, I speak on prison reform. Okay. And prison reform is one of the biggest avenues that I have a big passion for, because in today's society, I like to speak for the voiceless. The people that doesn't have a say in society, but there's still numbers in society that people are using to leverage, but they don't have a say in how they're being used to leverage. I actually go into the prison system. I'm in 3 prisons right now, where we're teaching entrepreneurship in the prison 3 years before men and women get out of prison. Oh, wow. We actually go into the Miami-Dade prison system. We teach entrepreneurship to men and women. We pitch their business ideas before they get out, so their kids can run the businesses if the ideas get seed funding. And then when the father or mother come out 3 years before, guess what? Before you get out of prison, you already have a business running. Before you get out of prison, your mind still works while you're in prison. Why should your idea die just because you're behind a bar? I'm going to take your idea, bring it out here, try to create capital to take care of your kids. Because you can still make money. It may not be directly under your name, but you can put a business under your kid's name. And imagine a kid that's out here and then his father or his mother's in prison, but they create an idea that can still sustain them even though while they're in prison. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So that's another big component is recently I just launched another one of those things that's really close to my heart. I told you at 15 I was homeless, and I ate out of trash cans. I slept under bridges. I broke into churches to sleep. I broke into church vans to sleep. I broke into my own school to shower and sleep and eat. So I've been there, done that. So I know what it is to be homeless for 2 years, go to school, try to play basketball, rank number 7 in the nation, and get 3.0 GPA, right? And get 3 scholarships to college when you're coming out of high school, right? So I know what that struggle looks like. I was that kid sleeping under the bridge, eating out of trash cans, breaking into my school to shower, breaking into churches to shower, trying to find food, and yet still keeping a 3.8 GPA, AP honor roll student, still ranked number 7 in the nation in basketball, and had 3 scholarships when I was coming out of high school. Why? Because I was determined not to fail. So because I experienced that, I told you earlier, I like to be a solution to everything that I face. Mm-hmm. Homelessness was one of the biggest part of my life that almost killed me. It almost killed me. Because if I didn't have this willpower to succeed, homelessness would have killed me. Imagine a 15, 17-year-old kid in the streets and still trying to do all of this and still trying to survive, while every kid is worrying about going to prom and the next Jordans or the next this and that. I'm trying to figure out, what am I going to eat when I get out of this place? Yeah. Where am I going to sleep when I get out of this place? Right? right? And I'm playing basketball, so that's exerting a lot more energy. What am I going to eat after I do this? There's no dinner waiting for me at home, right? So I just started, for my birthday last year, I started the DeJean Talks Feed the Homeless Foundation. And every quarter, I get about 30 to 40 sponsors. We bring in resources like food, toys, clothing, hygiene bags, blankets, whatever everybody needs. I just did one in December. We partnered up with Volunteers of America, which focus on veterans. We partnered up with them, and we fed over 250 homeless people, men, women, and children. We give them blankets, hygiene bags, clothes, everything. And we are a hub that supports other organizations that lack resources that's in this particular field. So we don't want to be the hub that feeds the homeless. We want to be the support for when you lack the resource. We come in and we say, all right, let's beef you up. You look like you're struggling a little bit. Let's beef you up. And we do that every single quarter. We got one coming up at the end of this month. Hopefully, with everything that's going on today with the coronavirus, we can still execute. I would love to execute. But even if I can't do it on that mass scale, I'm that guy, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I cook a whole bunch at my house, load up a whole bunch of trays, drive around and give it to the homeless. Because I just believe in having a heart of a humanitarian. If you can't help somebody else, to me, you're not really doing anything. And those are really the things that I do. And I love being a speaker. I love being a host. I host all types of events. I speak at all types of events. And I take pleasure in providing knowledge back to the society and giving them something of substance that they can actually apply. I'm not that speaker that I'm going to blow you up, fill you with helium, and the moment you stepped out of my presence, here comes the enemy and here comes your obstacles with this pin and they're going to pop you. No, I give you the tools to be able to reflect no matter what comes against you when you leave my presence. So I'm not just pumping you up with hot air. I'm giving you principles and applications that you can use day to day that work for me because I'm an overcomer. I've seen it applied in my life. That worked for me, and I know it's going to work for you.
I hear that, man. You know, that's what this is all about. You know, going back to being grateful and gratitude, you know, when it comes to giving. You know, there's a saying that came from, I believe it was Zig Ziglar, that you help enough people get what they want, you will eventually get what you want.
Facts.
And that's what this is all about. You know, we go through this indoctrination and messed up thinking of, you know, take, you know, competition. Yeah, it's good with being competitive. It's good with being driven. But when it comes to not enough out there for everyone, that's a scarcity type of mentality. Mm-hmm. You got to have an abundance mentality that there's enough for all of us to eat. We just got to sit up here and go out here and go get it. So with that being said, we're going to end this. We're going to go to commercial. I have to say it again. Those that are on YouTube, subscribe, click the bell, comment below. Those that are on Facebook, make sure you like, click watch parties, and make sure you guys comment at the bottom. Again, we're doing this for you. We're creating, again, these thought influencers, these individuals that's out here doing it on this show for you, so that we can be able to at least move that one person into taking action. We'll see you back after this commercial.
By the time I was 11, I was already shot. By 13, I was already stabbed. By the time I was 15, I was sleeping on a bridge, eating out of trash bag. It's time. You will never be able to get that back. What you do today, you can't take it back tomorrow. What you did yesterday, you won't be able to take it back the next day. So what you do with your time today will matter for you tomorrow. Despise the small, humble beginnings. Don't look at the size of the situation. Look at the situation that's inside of you. You know, in the olden days, we say it was not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog.
Place. I'm trying to put my whole crew in a race. Came a long way from that minimum wage. Funny.
What's up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. Hey, this is for you guys. It's out. Bulletproof Mindset. My first book. Listen, guys, this book I wrote when I was at a very low place and I was dealing with my demons of resentment, anger, frustration. I was going through a divorce. I'm unhappy at work. I was having financial issues to where it took me to a place to where, yes, I thought about making that ultimate sacrifice. However, I found out this lifestyle syntax, this 4-step process that I utilize to bring myself back in order to start putting myself in a better place, being more positive, and understanding that, like Les Brown said, that you're in a position today because of the decisions that you made in the past. I had to take ownership of it. The decisions that I made in the past is what led me to my financial problems. The decisions I made in the past is what led me to my divorce. The decisions I made in the past is what led me to my disgruntledness and my unhappiness at work. Those of you that are feeling stuck, I've been there. Bulletproof Mindset will help you out. You guys can get it on Amazon. Type in Bulletproof Mindset, Big G Anthony. Get yourself a copy. And those of you that get it, when I have my book signing, bring it in and I will personally autograph it for you. Bulletproof Mindset. You guys want to find out how I changed my rap? Get the book. Remember, you got to change your mindset to change your situation. Peace.
Go to bulletproof.bigganthony.com, bulletproof.bigganthony.com.
What up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. Welcome back. Hey, this time we're going to get into where you can see DeJean Talks. You can go to his events. You can find him on his social media. You can go to his webpage to get this information that he's dropping to y'all, to find out where you can go to the entrepreneur incubators and a bunch of the other events that he hosts. So I'm going to give this away to him, let him talk about his social media and how you guys can reach out to him and talk to him personally or get in touch with his team, and they can lead you to where you can find where he's at.
Awesome. So I'm very uniform in everything that I do, so it's very simple to follow me. Everything is DeJean Talks, so DeJean Talks, TALKS. Website, Instagram, Facebook, everything is pretty well uniform, so it's easy for you to track me down, right? As far as some of the things that I have coming up that I'm doing, that's quite a bit a lot. So you will find bluelightconsultantservices.com. If you just type in Blue Light Consulting Services, that's also up and running. The Entrepreneur Incubator, if you can type that on Facebook, Instagram, Eventbrite, no matter where you type it at, you'll be able to find that. I run a program called the Real Gentlemen's Club, and the Real Gentlemen's Club is a men empowerment conference that actually tailors to men. We do this once every 6 months to a year, and we try to engage men, and then we try to approach it from a traumatic standpoint where we deal with some unresolved traumas in the black male community in particular, because as a black male, I faced a lot of trauma. I know I had a lot of issues, but I had to realize those issues to be able to overcome them, tackle them, to make myself a better person than I am today. So we also apply that same principle and give it back to the community. So we do that's coming up in June of this year. Once a month, we have the Entrepreneur Incubator every first Thursday. You can put that up on there anywhere, just Entrepreneur Incubator. Or if you go on my page, everything is on my page. If you just go to DeJean Talks on Facebook or Instagram or the website, everything is bullet point and broken down where I'm going to be speaking, what I'm doing, what's coming up next, who booked me, who I booked, and what's going to be taking place. If I'm feeding the homeless, everybody's always more than welcome to involve. If you want to be involved in my prison project, you want to go behind the prison walls, you want to see what these entrepreneurs are doing, how you can be a part, call me, email me at DeJeanTalks@gmail.com. Told you everything's pretty simple and uniform. So everything's DeJean Talks. Just add whatever you're going to add, Facebook, Gmail, whatever at the end. You'll be able to get in contact with me. And we're always looking for people to either support your time, give your services, your mindset, partner up with us, especially with the Entrepreneurship Incubator. We really encourage you guys, if you are really trying to take your business to the next level, please invest your time into this project, because I believe this project can catapult you to a place that you never thought you could be in business yourself. And if you're looking for a phenomenal motivational speaker, or somebody that can actually captivate a crowd, bring in a crowd, has the wealth of knowledge and a story to tell, I definitely welcome to hire this guy called DeJean Talks. I heard he's pretty phenomenal on the stage. I don't know. That's what they told me. He has an amazing story. And that's pretty much how people can get in contact with me and everything that I'm doing. I have a book coming out. Hopefully you guys are looking out for it. It's coming out in May. It's going to be called The Path, and it talks about the first quarter of my life and everything that I went through in my life, and how I was able to overcome through God first, and second, everything that I was taught in life and those trials and tribulations. And I give it right back to you, and you can apply it yourself as well.
Man, that's powerful. Look at all, man. This guy is out here working.
Yeah.
Man, he's out here working. And this is what we need. We need individuals that's out here that's not only working for themselves, but also wants to give back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what he's doing. All these events, the Black Men Empowerment Group, the Entrepreneur Incubator, working inside of prisons, just look at the time, the valuable time. And time is the most precious commodity that we have. And look at where he's giving it back to, feeding the homeless. So this right here lets you know this is not about him. This is about going out here. It's helping as many people as you possibly can help. And again, it goes back to what I said before. You help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. That's just karma. That's just energy. It comes back around, people. What we put out is what we get back. And that's what we have to start learning. If we surround ourselves with negativity and we surround ourselves with gossip, we're going to get back negativity and gossip. And I can guarantee you this, the person that you're listening to gossiping, I guarantee you that person is not successful.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So where do you need to devote your time? What do you think you need to look at and find those individuals like DeJean and other individuals that's out here that are trying to or attempting to, making the effort to pull the best out of anyone that's willing to open up their mind and learn?
I mean, I live by two very simple principles. And I believe these principles are simple enough that anybody can apply, but they can change your life dramatically. Gandhi said it best: be the change you want to see in the world. It doesn't get more complicated than that. It's simple, right?
Yes.
Be the change you want to see in the world. Like we were talking earlier, everybody in society, majority of people in society today, they love to complain but don't change.
Yes.
And don't do anything to change anything.
Yeah.
If I see a problem, instead of me complaining about the problem, I say to myself, solve that. Solve that problem. You see it every single day. You experience this problem every day. So you're the person that's going to be able to solve it because you see it every day. I'm not going to complain about, oh my God, look at this injustice. No, I'm not going to. How do I stop this injustice? So be the change you want to see in the world. The second thing is, I went to the gym before I came here, so I couldn't wear the shirt that I really don't wear because I had some time, so I had to go get the pump in. I had this nice DeJean Talks shirt, and on the back of it says, "Try and fail, but don't fail to try." Right? So always try, even if you fail, but try, but never fail to try. And I think that's the mindset that we just have to just try, guys. You'll be surprised what can come out of your efforts if you just make an effort.
Make an effort.
Just this. Sometimes we look at our dreams and they scare us. Or we look at business and it scares us. They seem so big. Never look at a thing on a macro scale. Bring things down to a micro scale. So for people that don't really understand what that means, never look at something too big. Make it a little bit smaller. What does that mean? What can you do today? Do the smallest thing today. Just one step today, and tomorrow you'll figure out what the next step is. Don't look at the end result. It will come. Because remember, in anything you do, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So if you're looking at about running 8 laps, you're going to die out before you run the first lap. But if you say, you know what, I just got to take this 1/4 mile at a time, and I'm going to get there. That's exactly what you're going to do. You guys have all the potential in the world. It's invested in you. You just got to pull it out and see it in yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. Affirm to yourself your value. Tell yourself who you are and go after it. Stop sleeping on your dreams. Stop sleeping on the things you're doing. Believe in yourself. Take the process. Take the action today. And I believe we're going to get a lot of phenomenal stories that's going to come from this platform because you guys are going to take these principles and apply them in your personal life.
Comes down to just enjoying the process. You got to enjoy the process because the process is what's going to truly build you.
Correct.
The process is what's going to make you into the better version of yourself. It's the process. Most people don't want to go through that process because it's painful, because it's going to hurt. But you want to know something? You got to push through it. Just like anything in life, you got to push through it. When you go to the gym, you know that you're going to get sore. But you know what? You take that next step and go again because you're going to get through it. And through the breaking down of the muscles and repairing, what's going to happen? You're going to get bigger. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get faster. You're going to get more skills. You have to enjoy the process. And that's all entrepreneurship is about. That's all changing your mindset is about. Enjoying the process. With that, I'm going to end right there. We're going to go to a commercial, and we'll be back with the hanger. My man is going to give you 3 actionable steps like we always do. Like we always do. We have the expert gives you 3 actionable steps that you can take and start doing today. We'll be back after this commercial break. Make sure you like and share if you're on Facebook. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click the bell if you're on YouTube.
Platform because of my unique background and my educational status to be able to help a lot of men that's coming out of prison or in prison. Speaking about prison, I actually have 3 platforms in 3 prisons right now in the South Florida where we actually go into prisons and teach men and women coming out of prison business concepts, so when they get out of prison they don't have to be begging for jobs. They can just become their own business owners.
What's up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. Hey, this is for you guys. It's out. Bulletproof Mindset, my first book. Listen, guys, this book I wrote when I was at a very low place and I was dealing with my demons of resentment, anger, frustration. I was going through a divorce. I'm unhappy at work. I was having financial issues to where it took me to a place to where, yes, I thought about making that ultimate sacrifice. However, I found out this lifestyle syntax, this 4-step process that I utilize to bring myself back in order to start putting myself in a better place, being more positive, and understanding that, like Les Brown said, that you're in a position today because of the decisions that you made in the past. I had to take ownership of it. The decisions that I made in the past is what led me to my financial problems. The decisions I made in the past is what led me to my divorce. The decisions I made in the past is what led me to my disgruntledness and my unhappiness at work. Those of you that are feeling stuck, I've been there. Bulletproof Mindset will help you out. You guys can get it on Amazon. Type in Bulletproof Mindset, Big G Anthony. Get yourself a copy. And those of you that get it when I have my book signing, bring it in and I will personally autograph it for you. Bulletproof Mindset. You guys want to find out how I changed my rap? Get the book. Remember, you got to change your mindset to change your situation. Peace.
Go to bulletproof.bigganthony.com, bulletproof.bigganthony.com.
What up, world? It's your boy, George Anthony, aka Big G Anthony. Welcome back to Massive Action Mindset. And now we're going into the hangar. This is where we sit down and my expert guests give you 3 actionable steps that you can go out and start taking right now to take massive action on your goals, dreams, and aspirations. So, DeJean, I'm going to hand this over to you. You let these individuals know what they can go out and do today.
Believe it or not, these are nothing new that you don't know, but it's something that you should still apply, right? There's nothing new under the sun. That's what we know. But it's how you go about it mentally and applying these things that help. The very first thing I always try to teach people is define your why. Like, people don't understand, what does that mean? Define. Why do you do what you do? What drives you? What makes you want to increase in life? What keeps you where you at right now? And why are you stopping yourself from getting to where you go? If you can define this why, it can cover a range of things in your life. Why you're in your current situation and why you're not where you should be. And what is it going to take you to push you to where you need to go? So once you define your why, no matter what comes against you in life, it's never going to stop you, because you're always going to remember, this is the reason why I started this, and this is the reason why I do this. For me, my why is my kids and people that I want to help. Those are my why. I have 2 boys that depend on me. Whether it's a good day or bad day, they don't need to know about that. I just need to know that these are my motivations. These are the people that I do it for, on top of everybody else out here in society that I want to help. So you have to define your why. The second thing is, I know we hear this so much and it's so cliche, write it down. You won't achieve it if you don't write it down. Write it down and make it plain, right? For all my biblical people. Write your action step plans down. If you have a goal, don't just say, man, I have a great idea today. I can't wait to execute on it. If you don't write it down, you're going to forget it. Write it down on your mirror. Make it something that you're going to see every day. Somewhere, wherever you wake up every morning, the very first thing that should be in your mind, whether it's a vision board, on your mirror, an affirmation, or just a big note on your door before you leave your house, you need to write whatever your goal is for that day. Write it down and make it plain so that way you can try to achieve it. Last but not least, one step that I tell people to really maximize is learn to network. If you're really going to grow your business or grow in anything that you're going to do in life, you have to learn to network. You don't work, it don't work, right? So you have to put in the work and go network. I know a lot of us say, well, I work the 9 to 5, I'm tired. We make tons of excuses, But stop giving yourself enough excuses of why you shouldn't, and give yourself enough excuses of why you should. It's just that simple, guys. The same way we can create enough negative thoughts of why we can't, create enough positive thoughts of why you should and why you can, right? So learn to network, guys. I promise you. I know it doesn't sound like, why, is this really a secret sauce? This is not as complex as I thought. It doesn't have to be complex. Sometimes the best things in life are the simple things, but if you apply the simple steps, you get big results, but first you have to make a decision. So back, what is your why? Write it down and learn to network. By networking, I promise you, you're going to expand your territory, you're going to expand your horizon, you're going to expand the people that you're doing business with, and you're going to expand your thought process, because you're dialoguing with people that's going to challenge your way of thinking, that's going to expound on what you already know, and that's going to make you sharper and better than who you are.
Wow. That's all I have to say to that. Wow. Keep it simple, stupid. That's it.
Pretty much.
You know, why? Your why? What is your why? What's going to motivate you? What's going to get you up out of bed, get you moving?
Yep. That's your
Number
why.
2, write it down, because if you write it down, automatically manifests it into the physical world.
Yep.
Now you just have to sit here and go out and take the steps, the action, the massive action to produce the results that you want to have. That's on you. That is on you. With that, I want to end this, and let's just give your social media, how they can contact you again, and we're going to wrap this up. Yet another show. Another great show with another great guest. Thank you again for being on the show.
No, thank you.
You know, just give them your information, and we'll be able to sit so that they can reach out to you and make sure they can get in touch with you.
First of all, I want to say thank you again for the opportunity, and thank you for bringing me on and introducing me to your platform. Listen, guys, make sure you guys like this, share this, support. When you have somebody in the community that's actually promoting other businesses, promoting black businesses, and doing phenomenal things in the community, we want to make sure we push them to the max of the potential. We want to push Mr. Anthony as far as he can go. So I challenge you today to like and share with 10 people and tag 10 people. Share. So my name is DeJean Talks. It's easy. DeJean Talks. Follow me on Instagram or Facebook. If you follow me on those 2 platforms, I believe you'll be able to get an array of resources of everything that I do. I have a separate business number that's always available 24 hours a day. You guys can call me on 305-801-4507. Pretty easy. And what do? I own my own business consulting firm, so I'm a business consultant. I am a motivational keynote speaker. I'm a life coach and host. But one of my passions is prison reform, so I'm a prison reform advocate. It's pretty simple, guys. I look forward to working with you guys. Again, thank you for the opportunity. And listen, guys, like, share, subscribe, and support the message. And please comment, guys. We would love your feedback so we can continue to stay engaged with you guys.
Yay, I appreciate that again. Guys, you guys want to stay in touch with me, you guys know my Instagram is at Big G Anthony III. My Facebook is Big G Anthony. You guys know that it's on YouTube. It's Massive Action Mindset. I am so happy. The energy right now is just flowing when it comes to this show. And I want to, say my thank you again for being on the show. This is yet another episode of Massive Action Mindset. And remember, you got to change your mindset to change the situation. We'll see you next week.
By the time I was 11, I was already shot. By the time I was already stabbed. By the time I was 15, I was sleeping on a bridge, eating out of trash bag. It's time. You will never be able to get that back. What you do today, you can't take it back tomorrow. What you did yesterday, you won't be able to take it back the next day. So what you do with your time today will matter for you tomorrow. Despise the small, humble beginnings. Don't look at the size of the city.
From Brooklyn's Barbershop, owner here. Would like you guys to come out, check us out. We're in the Village Commons by the Publix, 771 Village Boulevard, Suite 203. You can find us at brokensbarbershop.com. Also on Facebook and Instagram at Brokens Barbershop.
Hi guys, my name is Franz, the CEO of Richmond Look. We are inside of Boynton Beach location. Our only location in South Florida as of now. It's located at 474 North Federal Highway, Boynton Beach, Florida. Zip code 33435. Our phone number, not many people use it. People tend to send us message on Instagram now. But the phone number is 561-317-5981. It's a beautiful store. Please stop by and see us.
How you doing? My name is Carlos.
My name is Eddie.
And we're here at JP's Barbershop, located at 1800 South Dixie Highway, Lake Worth, Florida, 33460. If you want to come show us love, we'll be here waiting on you, ready to make you happy. You can contact me at 786-740-8171.
You can contact me at 561-248-4702. You come by, anytime you guys want, and we'll get you ready.